Welcome to Heat Printing 101, everything you need to know about decorating apparel with a heat press. Whether you're starting a side hustle, building your own clothing brand, or adding a new revenue stream to your business, this video will walk you through everything you need to know to get started heat printing with confidence. Let's start at the beginning. What is a heat press? In short, it's the easiest, most cost-effective way to start decorating garments. A heat press uses time, temperature, and pressure to apply designs to different apparel. Compared to screen printing and embroidery, the startup costs are very low. The learning curve is minimal, and the end result is premium, professional, and long-lasting. Now, not all heat presses are created equally. You might see cheaper import heat presses available online, but there's a reason that Hotronics heat presses are trusted by professionals. Hotronics heat presses offer reliable and accurate time, temperature, and pressure, which is critical for consistent results. Plus, they're built in the USA with high-quality steel, backed with industry-leading warranties, and come with real customer support. So which Hotronics heat presses are the best for getting started? Let's compare the Hotronics Auto Open versus the Hotronics Max Clam heat press. Both of these are great options when you're getting started with heat printing. I would personally choose the Auto Open heat press from Hotronics because A, it opens automatically when the timers are up, which prevents over-application and scorching, especially when you're first starting. It has digital readout for time, temperature, and pressure, which is vital when you're first starting out. And also it has dual timers, so you don't have to worry about flicking back and forth when doing a pre-press and a main press. Another great feature of the Hotronics Auto Open is it has interchangeable lower platens, which allows you to take off the big platen on the bottom and swap it for different size and shaped ones, which means you can easily heat print on a range of different garments and accessories with ease. I would recommend getting the 40 by 50 centimeter size in this heat press because you can change the lower platen, but you can't change the heating element size on the top platen. So going with the bigger option just future-proofs your business, and this costs just £1,720 for the heat press, which in comparison to screen print carousels, DTG machines, DTF machines, and all of the other expensive startup costs for heat printing, this is minimal and it only takes up a small amount of space. The Hotronics Max Clam is also a great heat press when starting out. It has a single timer so you can control time and temperature with ease. It also has interchangeable lower platens, and the 40 by 50 centimeter size in the Max Clam is just £1,250. Both great options if you're looking to start a heat print business. If you are thinking about buying a heat press, regardless of which model you go for, I would highly recommend looking at our available bundles. You get your heat press, a range of accessories, and heat transfer credit, all at a discounted price. It's the perfect option if you're looking to get started. Okay, next let's talk about the actual prints. What are heat transfers? Custom heat transfers are by far the easiest way to decorate custom apparel. Heat transfers are your designs printed onto a carrier sheet, sent straight to you, so all you have to do is apply it using your heat press. They come ready to be applied and we do all of the hard work for you. There are 4 heat transfer types that you need to be aware of for your heat printing business: screen printed heat transfers, ultra-color digitally printed transfers, direct-to-film heat transfers, and silicone 3D heat transfers. If you're ordering under 10 units, I would recommend using a direct-to-film transfer. This is full color, however, you can order single colors if you're just doing a test run or low quantities. The second that you start to order more than 10 units is when we move into screen print or ultra-color digital transfers. If your design has between 1 and 5 colors, we recommend using screen printed heat transfers. This is real plastisol ink printed onto a carrier sheet, allowing you to get a real screen printed finish with your heat press from home or wherever you're printing from. If your design has more than 5 colors, or perhaps it has gradients, blends, or maybe a photorealistic finish, then we recommend you using ultra-color digital transfers. If you want something with a slightly raised finish, our silicone 3D heat transfers are great for that, perfect for achieving that slightly chunky matte finish on your designs. When ordering custom heat transfers, it's never been easier. Everything is now done online and you can upload your designs and proof your artwork all within a matter of seconds. So to do this, just head to custom.stahls.co.uk where it will bring you to our Easy View designer. From here, you can select your heat transfer type. So like we've just gone through, whether it's a single color, a full color, a direct-to-film low quantity order, or maybe a 3D silicone transfer. Select your heat transfer type and then you'll be asked to choose the size. From here, it brings you to our Easy View designer where you can upload your artwork and input your quantities. You'll also get live pricing updates here as well. If you're ordering screen printed heat transfers, then you can select specific colors, as we do have Pantone matching available. Once you're happy with the quantity and the layout of your transfer sheet, just hit buy now. It will add it to your cart and take you to the checkout. From here, your transfers will take just a couple of working days to arrive at your door ready to be heat pressed. Now, before we move on to heat printing, let's talk about gang sheets. We get a lot of questions about what gang sheets are and what are the benefits of using them. Now, a gang sheet essentially is where you add more than one design to your transfer sheet in order to maximize the space and reduce the cost per transfer. When you select your heat transfer layout, you're paying for the entire sheet. So whether that be an A5, an A3 or a meter long sheet, you are paying for the entire print space on that sheet. So you want to make the most of it. Gang sheets are a great way to do this because not only can you put your big A3 print on there, but you can maybe add some left chest or some neck labels in at the bottom to maximize the sheet. You can either create your gang sheet in our Easy View designer by uploading multiple designs, resizing them and moving them around until you're happy with them, or you can create your gang sheet in another software like Illustrator, for example, and then just upload the entire pre-made gang sheet to our Easy View system in the size that you've chosen. Now, gang sheets are great because obviously the cost per transfer on that sheet does go down. However, you do have to cut your designs out yourself when they arrive. Now, if you're doing larger runs, this might not be the most time effective thing for you to do. So we do also offer the pre-cut transfers. So if you're ordering large runs, just upload the one design per sheet and they'll come pre-cut and ready to be printed. And don't forget, the more sheets you order, the lower the price gets on our screen printed and our ultra color and our silicone heat transfers. Okay, moving on to the final step, the application. Once your heat transfers have arrived, your heat press is set up and ready to go, what do you do next? First step is to make sure that you've got your press set up correctly. So double check your application instructions for the transfer you're going to be applying and set your press to the correct temperature and timer. Load your garment onto the press and making sure to thread it, which essentially means separating the layer you want to print onto from the other side of the garment. Hotronics threadability is a lifesaver for this. You can just slide your t-shirt onto the press without having to think twice. Then it's time to carry out a pre-press, which basically means pulling your press down onto the garment without any decoration to remove creases and moisture from that garment before you apply your actual transfer. While you're doing this, you can double check that your pressure on your heat press is accurate. Now, medium pressure for all of our applications is between a 4 and a 6 on a Hotronics press, hence why if you get digital readout on your machine, it makes it a million times easier to know that you're pressing at the right time, temperature and pressure. Once you've carried out your pre-press, you then want to apply your heat transfer. So line it up, make sure it's nice and central, and then you can bring that press down for the recommended time. Once your application is complete, it will either be a hot or a cold peel, depending on which transfer type you've chosen. Most of our transfer types are hot peels now to make it a lot quicker and easier for you. So let that press come up, peel away the carrier, and that's it, you're done. There's no need to second press. If you follow the instructions and you've used the correct time, temperature and pressure, that transfer will stay on there for the lifetime of the garment. We do recommend leaving it 24 to 48 hours before you wash the garment to make sure that it's embedded properly. However, by the time you've packed it up and shipped it to the customer, it will have passed that time anyway, so there's no need to worry. And that's how easy it is to decorate custom apparel. If you want to get started with the heat presses and the custom transfers used in today's video, then head to Stahls.co.uk, and if you have any further questions, don't forget to leave a comment below and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Hit the subscribe button for more heat printing videos, and we look forward to seeing where your heat printing journey takes you.